Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, this is like the third war, I think, of this new season, and we had terrible matchups the first couple wars, and I mean, it was literally like 50 versus like 10. Um, this one looked like a really good matchup, actually, except that there was this deployment bug where some people were, like some people who registered couldn't deploy, and their fix was for the next war. So like nothing could be done for the current situation. So yeah, that's probably not fair to these guys, but they looked pretty good on paper at least, and I thought it was going to be a good matchup. But like they pretty much gave up because obviously they only had like 30 some people deploy, and it looked like some of their stronger players didn't deploy either. So pretty sad. Yeah, they really need to fix the war matching because it's going to get boring really fast if we're just um, playing teams that are like basically no match. Yeah, but I really don't know how they can resolve it. Like um, I mean I kind of like the seasons and stuff, but they have to figure out a way to um, like limit the I mean not limit the points drop, but like figure out a way to match you up with I guess challenging teams at least. Like I don't know if you want to extend um, like the matchups across global, or like if you're staying within world in diamond, it like it might work, but you gotta really match up the right teams. So like your team strength has to be, or your alliance strength has to be taken into consideration for a war match, or it's not gonna be like if you just based on your current cups, that's not gonna really do much because you basically win or lose based on your matchup. Like if you luck out and um, get a get like an easy matchup or something, then you're gonna gain a lot of points, especially in diamond. You're looking at like 40, 50 points. That's gonna throw off the next couple matches. This team that I'm actually fighting, I I normally bring Palmera for my blue team, but I wanted to try her with Sigmund for like the faction bonus, so I took her out, and that significantly reduced my damage output for my blue team. So I wasn't able to get through Melfor here. This Melfor has the what's it called headstone, whatever the weapon is called. So he's getting um, a lot of shield from my just me matching stones and stuff. Um, and yeah, like right now I'm just looking at ways not to ghost those green tiles or stones to until that like until he's almost fully charged. So I'll let him charge and then and get rid of all those stones. Um, I tried I tried hard, but these guys are not very hitting. Had I had what's her name, Fiona. Yeah, have Fiona stayed alive, then I might be able to get through, or Fiona and Sea Light. But yeah, without those two, I just can't. Don't have the firepower. And another thing, like I've gone through quite a few turns here, but I'm not seeing the same kind of damage increase. Maybe I'm just hitting weak element, because I'm using blues against green, so like I'm a weak element. Maybe that's why the damage is not ramping up as fast. But I was expecting the damage to ramp up over number of turns, because like like in the past I've observed that in Rune Shield, like in the later turns you really see a huge increase in damage even when Rune Shield is in effect. So but yeah, it looks like it's going up a little bit, but still not enough to take down Melfor. He's like just a really good tank. And I believe this Melfort is also has like at least one +1 awakening. So even if I take him down now, he's not gonna go. He's not gonna just die. So yeah, I ended up losing this one. Just didn't have enough damage output. So yeah, that's another thing you got to be careful when you go against a Melfort team with blues. You really need those heavy snipers to really do like chunk damage. And yeah, like that's another thing you can try with your defense team, right? Like you can set up a team where you basically entice the attacker to go blue heavy, and then if you have a strong Melfort at the end with a lot of shield, it's going to be hard for the blue team to go through them. So yeah, the damage is definitely ramped up there at the end. So yeah, I left Melfort for someone else to clean. But I mean, like you can see from the score, it's not even close. So, so I'm trying this Sigma team. Yeah, I mean, the comp is basically something I got from everyone else. Like I've seen like Nihi and who else? I've seen a few people use this Zach and Lin to really power up Sigmund. Yeah, if you add in the and I used what's his name, Haito, to hold the shield weapon. But I don't know. I don't even have someone for the sword of Naya to generate red stones. But you really don't need red stones because I mean like you really just need 3, I think. Yeah, you just need 3 to get that going, and then that's gonna in turn charge Sigmund. I mean, even on the crappiest board, you should expect 3 red stones. So I mean that's why I really because I could have put the sword on Haito, but instead I opt for the killer whale. Yeah, so if you think about it, right, if you use what's it called, the whip, energizing whip, then you just need 3 stones is gonna get Sigma charged, or no, 4 is gonna get Sigma charged, or like if you have maxed out whip, and then so you use 4 stones, and then that's also gonna get Zach going too. So fire Sigma and then Zach, and then he's at 50% again, and those same 4 stones gonna get then going. So yeah, if you use whip with Sigma, you can essentially get him going like, what is that, like twice with just 4 stones. I mean, that's pretty sick. And yeah, like if you get lucky with his proc, then you could be firing off like 6 of those. What is it, like about that crit was like what crit on Estadora was like what 2600, I think it was. So, but like, and if you have the +1, which I do, I have +1 Sigmund, then his attack power is going to increase every time. So yeah, I mean you're getting some pretty significant damage output is essentially within the first move, maybe 2. So yeah, like initially I thought that I didn't need Palmero for this, but like I just wanted to put her in as part of the faction to get like the 4 bonus. I think the Ranger faction has critical chance, I think it was. I gotta check it, but yeah, that's a lot of damage already from Sigmund. I mean, Uh, he's just like, he's like the Energizer Bunny, like, don't stop. But anyway, I think he's gonna get taken out by Irelia here, and I really needed to get Palmera going now. She's gonna save me for this fight. Yeah, I went after Irelia because I really don't like to fight her with her passive. So now I can just sit back and it's Roland's not going to take out Palmera, and whenever he's firing, that's going to charge my Palmera as well. So I'm not too worried about what's left. I think I'll probably ascend Lynn to 150 because I think her dispel is really handy, especially for the this kind of lineup. And I probably won't use Palmera with this lineup again. I might work on Roland because you really want to like stack up a lot of faster heroes with Sigmund. So when because you have 3 of those, then like you can just charge him over and over again. I keep on thinking Sigmund is because of the the puppet is the like a female, but yeah. So this next team, I went with my favorite purple team. Yeah, like this team is basically a pretty good counter for any of those sheer damage and or Isadora. I mean, Elmist is like the counter for Isadora. Like he's gonna generate so many stones when dispelling Isadora, and I think that came into play here because I actually waited until I actually charged her up so that I can dispel her. Because I mean, like I'm not really under any threat. And I think that's the thing with. I mean, this sport wasn't like amazing or anything, but I had enough. And I think I forgot if I used the. No, I didn't use the whip. I used energizing bow on Idritha, I think. But yeah, I think the shield actually helped me survive because the sport wasn't great. So yeah, I got everyone charged, and I'm like, yeah, let's wait. So I'm actually trying to charge Isadora. And yeah, for some reason she didn't fire here. Like, I thought she was full, but that puzzled me. Not sure. I should have looked at her tooltip to see if it's like maybe 99% or something. I don't know. But yeah, like at this point, I'm like, okay, so yeah, it's always a question, right? Do you dispel first or go as Mary? I mean, they were already at full HP, so I'm like, yeah, obviously Mary first, and then dispel, and then I took out. Who did I take out? I probably took out. Did I take out Aurelia? I did. Yeah, that's where you want to really, because I think Jane is really not a threat, like against Elmist because the healing block. So, and then Aurelia is probably the one that's going to do most of the passive damage because I can dispel. So Garib is not a huge problem either. And now I just got to take out Isadora, and then that's pretty much it. Yep. Oh yeah, I probably need to wait for like a multi-hitter to get rid of the rune shield. Yep. yeah, at this point it's just going through the motions. Yeah, they should probably have some kind of like auto. Yeah, they do have autoplay. Probably should just autoplay it, but um, yeah, I jumped the gun there. Forgot to get rid of the. I think he had I think it's the from like a Awaken or something, like like he gets shield when he gets full mana. So I didn't see that. So that took so that absorbed all the damage. So I didn't do enough damage to get rid of the rune shield there. Yep, this should do it. Oh, I think I waited one more turn just to charge him and then let him have the shield for some reason. But I think the damage already ramped up, so that should be able to. I mean, this attack should be able to just get through everyone. Yeah, I hit with Midas to get rid of the shield. And yeah, I mean, he still had rune shield on, but like Adritha just hits pretty hard. So I don't know. I was looking for the next target. Oh yeah, I think I went after this guy. Yeah, and I think I attacked this guy with reds, or maybe blues. Maybe I was looking at whatever I had left, but I think it's I went with reds. And yeah, I think I went reds with Jane, and yeah, I don't know if I put in was it Percival or Theodore, like whichever one that's the same faction. No, I went with Wukong. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like my pretty standard red team. I actually played with Alden once. I think it was the last war or the war before. And that was kind of cool. Like he's pretty amazing on attack. Like especially in the red stack of like if it's mono or like at least three or more. So your stones are doing a lot more damage. So when he turns the board, like the entire board red, that's quite a scene. Especially if you have like, I think it's pretty great if you have like if you're going up against like someone with like Isadora in the back, or probably could work here too. Like if I can take out Garabeth with my attacks, and then just send in the red stones to actually hit Isadora, that's gonna do a lot of damage. But no, I didn't do that. I decided to just attack her. I think I was able to get rid of her. I learned my lesson. Just get rid of her before she does the sheer damage and the defense up. Especially, I went without a dispel here, so. Yeah, now it's just gonna be, counter city. We're just gonna counter each other. So I initially thought that you can counter the counter and then keep on countering, but no, I think you stop after the first one. So if if you hit oh yeah, so if like Garabeth would hit you, right, and then you will counter her, and if you miss, she's gonna counter you, but you don't counter that counter. So you don't get into that endless loop of counters. That would be kind of cool though. And then I got rid of, I think that's Pearl, right? In the back. She didn't really do anything. But yeah, no, I actually like her in the back because, you get in the situation where by the time she charges, then she might be able to one shot you, and then if she I don't know if that's like the +5 thing where if she one shots you, she gets all the mana back. I think that's +5, right? Of the awakening. But even if you don't have the +5, like she gets additional damage to the nearby if she takes out like the target. So yeah, so like in the back is a good position for her, but yeah, but not when you get like a huge stack on you. You really don't get a fire at all. Yeah, I think I was looking at if she had the dodge on still. I think it was like 2 more turns. I'm just trying to send the least amount of stones into her. I didn't want to ghost those 3 red stones there because she gets double mana as well, so I don't want to charge her. So that was it, and then next one, I think I just went back to look for highest power. Yeah, I mean when it's you just try for the highest power and then see what you can do. And I think there's pretty significant difference in the reward for your standing as well. Like if you're top 3 versus like the rest. So it's always good to get the more points. Yeah, I don't know if I actually used this team. I was just looking at teams and maybe I didn't attack this guy. Maybe I had to come back to this guy. I was looking at him like, well, maybe I'll come back to this guy. I went against, I think I used that purple team. Or was it purple team? I forgot. Yeah, I'm just searching for team to attack right now. Did I take this team? Oh yeah, I probably did. Went with this yellow team, and then yeah, I think I put in Agatha in there. I actually upgraded her to 120 now, so I'll probably use her more in the following wars. But I kind of like this team. So I have increased damage to all the purple heroes, which they have up front. So like I should be able to take them out relatively fast. And like I think I said this before, but I'm comfortable using yellows without like you can't generate stones to start the match. So I'm actually really comfortable using them in Rune Shield because you're not taking much damage initially. So you get like at least 4 or 5 turns to really manipulate the board, because the first time they hit you with skills, it's not going to do much damage, So, just take your time. This is one that's, you really need good patience to win. I think I was checking to make sure that Reginald hits multiple times. So I think he hits 4. And I thought you get 4 Rune Shields, but no, I think it's 5. So the 5th time you clear. So anyway, I probably should have done Agatha first because she does hit 2 times. But oh well. Yeah, had I used her first, I'd probably get rid of probably got rid of a Drifter there too, because I can use maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, no, I went after Elmis first because he's actually more dangerous in my opinion. Because he hits multiple, and then that's gonna set up for Irelia to do some serious damage, and or Idritha. So now I can dispel, and I think I got rid of her, and probably try to go after Irelia. Yeah, and I don't think I got rid of her. Yeah, she still had the rune shield on, so it didn't do too much damage. But yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna try to get rid of. I think once I get rid of Irelia here, it should be pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of damage from Seat Light, so yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. The heals, but you know, just part of the. You just gotta take it. I went with. I probably should have done Gwenda first, because she's the weakest of the hit. But but if I can kill her with kill Irelia with her, then I can do the Ruby and Rose and Jacob combo to get rid of Seat Light after that. But yeah, oh well. It's okay. I there were a lot of blue stones that I can dump, but that's going to charge up Seat Light. But I realized that I do have a lot of dispellers, so I'm not too worried about the vortex. Only if I can get some stones though. Yeah, like I've noticed that with yeah, especially with the new Tower of Courage. I mean, like the board. Ooh. Whenever you go, you stack in, like any color, especially it's terrible with your purple and yellow teams. I mean, it's like you're not gonna get anything. Like you can try to farm the board a little bit, but that's rare. So yeah, no, like speaking of Tower of Courage, I actually like the new format. Like it makes you really think about like what's essential in your team composition, right? Because they I guess they reduced the number of heroes you can bring initially, and you can only take the essential heroes essentially. Like you got to break down your 5-man team, right? And then just take the pieces, the key. So I think that's really it's gonna help people think about like your team composition, right? Like I know a lot of people like to do 3-2 on attack, because I think they find that to be like a nice sweet spot. You still have the excuse me. You can do a 3 hero mini team of attacking heroes, I guess, and then maybe 2 supporting heroes. So yeah, the Tower of Courage really like help to like build those teams. I this team I actually used quite a bit for Tower of Courage, but I find I just lack damage sometimes. I can farm the board and get going, but like one thing I've learned, this is like something like I observed in Tower of Courage, like what they do in the later stages, like especially from like 60s on, right? For the eternity part of it, they are putting in like one hit all on the left hand side, and then another like kind of like a sniper to take out people. So if you use like this team, I would charge up Isidora and then put the damage share on. And if I'm not careful and I charge both of those heroes at the same time, I'm dead. Basically, they're gonna dispel me with the left hand hero, and then the right hand would just clean up. like, you know, basically if you don't have like some kind of sheer damage or shield on, you're gonna get one shot at like from 70 on pretty much. So it really teaches you like basically patience on how you want to. So you know, sometimes you really don't want to be doing nail weapons and just like, you know, fill the board with your stones and charge both those heroes right away. And so, you know, like sometimes you gotta just take a turn to slow down and then, you know, like just charge one and let that guy go first and then, you know, do the other one. So I don't know. It's been like a struggle too, and kind of fun. Just you know, it's different from you know, your regular gameplay. So yeah, I don't know. Like they did ramp up the difficulty really fast, and I don't know if that's right, because I think up until like 71 or 2, like it was pretty easy for Eternity, and then I mean not easy, but like, you know, you really build up those you know, mono teams, and you know, really helps. But once you get to like 72, you gotta start thinking about you can't just go in like straight up Wano and then thinking, oh yeah, the strong color is just gonna overpower. You gotta think about other strategies. And for the what's the other one called, the spirit? I think the spirit is really it's probably not really fair for free to play or even cheap to play, because you pretty much need to have a deep team, to like a deep roster, like, you know, to really get moving with those. But yeah, so like the way I've been doing it is pretty much use either like a yellow or a purple team, because the first chamber you can farm the board to get going, and then the second two, that's when I kind of start stacking those with Neo weapon and then try to manipulate the board. You know, especially the first one, it's usually they heal when you match a lot of stones. So the purple with Elmis really helps with that one. But yeah, then you still have to figure out how to get rid of get through the later chambers. Sometimes, like, you know, you really need those the purple cheese. Get the you know, get Xania or Mary Idritha going. You know, like just, but then you're you know, at the mercy of the board a little bit. So I don't know. It's kind of fun, but it gets repetitive after a little bit, because you know, you're essentially doing the same teams over and over again for Tower of Courage. So I wish they have, you know, mixing something different, so you have to change it up, like, you know, change the mechanics or something, and you have to use a certain hero, like, you know, like maybe not a 5-star, but like a, you know, 4-star with a certain mechanic you have to use, you know. But I don't know, something to think about. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this war. Thanks for watching.